and what we like changes so quickly. By the time they do get a concept, they're no longer making records. You know, so I've been put in this unique position. I have this very unique responsibility that God has made me aware while I still have the mic. She was always there like, Lauryn, I see you and you know better. You know, and I got in trouble. And that is how my Father in heaven responds to me. Listen, I told you don't do that. I told you don't do that. And I told you that you better have the courage, because the kids, they may talk about you. They might say bad things about you, but you know, when you come home, what I have waiting for you if you do what I tell you to. And also what I have waiting for you if you don't. So that's enough for me. You know, that's enough for me. I have reached a place, and I'm telling you, I'm so blessed to have reached this place where, you know, 5 years ago, I was so thin-skinned. Whatever anybody said would just, oh my God, they don't like this rhyme, and oh, my songs, and you know, and then one day I woke up, and it was like my skin was just, it was so thick, it was impenetrable by those fiery darts. They just had no effect, and I realized that that was a strength and a confidence that only came from a higher source. And you know, we have to be determined, and you have to know that for me now, I'm learning that it's more important to be righteous than to be right. I've tried to be right. You know, this is right. This is an injustice. This is a travesty. I'm right. But I've been very unrighteous and still right. Oh my God, you know, because you can attack someone completely right, but it doesn't resolve anything. You know, it doesn't solve your problem. So I understand now that the battlefield and that the war is so much greater than what we see before us. You know, I live in this physical body. This is like my address, like 22 Eder Terrace. I just gave everybody my address, but that's my address. Bite me, no. But this is where I live, you know, but there's something much deeper. Who I am, you know, has nothing to do with, you know, the hair and the shoes and stuff, even though I like shoes. But, you know, it has nothing to do with that. So you know, and what I do, I mean, I find there's a lot of power in prayer. So I pray for the people who don't understand me. And I tell you, to be honest with you, I pray more now to be understood. No, excuse me, to understand than to be understood. I pray now to learn how to love than to be loved. Because God has given me an abundance, so, you know, I don't need God. These people don't understand me. They think I'm crazy. Every time I'm on the mic, they just, you know, it's not about that. I pray that I understand them so that I can talk to them, minister to them even more. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm just not afraid of, you know, it's of no effect. It's immaterial to me. Because our enemies are not physical bodies. They're actually our family. They don't know it, and we don't always know it. But our enemies are not, you know, they're not flesh and blood. And our problems are not flesh and blood, even though we think they are. Question. I hope that, I know that was very, like, I don't mean to sound ethereal, because what I'm saying, I'm telling you, is heavy as bricks. It's concrete. It's very concrete. Sometimes it can sound like doo-doo-doo, you know, but it's not that. You know, it's like, who saw the movie The Matrix? Okay, good. And we can start from a point of reference. Matrix was banging movie to me, and the reason why I appreciated it so much was because, do you remember at the end when Neo like realized his potential? He started to see the binary code. You remember that, the whole world? Well, that's where I'm trying to be spiritually. I'm trying to see the word of God in the whole world. So every time that agent throws a punch, I'm like, I see you. Oh, okay. You know, I'm just catching his punches. You know, so I'm not afraid. You know, I'm not afraid because I'm starting to see that. You know, things are just, situations materialize themselves, and oh, he's an agent. You know, but here's the trick. Here's the trick. You know, here's the trick is that you have to remember that sometimes you can be an agent. You can be an agent to yourself. You can be an agent against someone else and not even realize that you're being used, you know? That's the Matrix.